this out. I'm out here at the Stockman Grass Farmers thing, and it's fantastic. Weather's fantastic. We're about to go over here and rub-a-dub-dub, sit down and grub. And I ran into a guy that some of the older fans would recognize him. I don't even know if I was doing the podcast back in those days, but I was definitely doing YouTube. Since that, well, he has his own YouTube, and you probably heard me talk about it if you're one of the old school people. It's Thinker Farmer. If you don't know about it, go over there and check it out, because for a young guy, he has got wisdom beyond his years. His name is David, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name because every time I do it, I screw it up.
It's Gupple.
But it's not spelled the way it sounds.
Oh,
at least not to me.
It's oh shoot.
No, you don't have to spell.
All right.
He started out. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm just going to back up a little bit and kind of let you tell your journey, because it's really storied and pretty awesome. This guy's got quite the history, and you've been around as far as these farms, and
I've gotten around a little bit.
Tell us where you started and what brought you to where you are.
Okay, yeah. So I grew up in South Louisiana, which is one of the largest industrial areas in the world, and was homeschooled. My parents really just wanted us kids to grow up knowing how to work with our hands, and so we had a 4-acre homestead, and Dad was out of work for a year and a half after the '08 recession crisis, and that really prompted me to get my hands dirty. Prior to that, I was more of a geek in school, just very nerdy, but so my passion in farming started there. So that's been about 15 plus years ago, and late high school years, I decided it was what I wanted to do. I apprenticed at a mechanic shop, apprenticed at a farm in North Louisiana, raised pastured poultry for a few years, and realized I still had more growth, not just as a farmer and learning skills, but also people and relationships. And so I ended up joining forces, working with another farm, collaborating to raise products. Went interned at Polyface, and then also at Greg Judy's, and worked on several farms since then. And I mean, that's an overview. I think what I love most about the farming journey and farming in general is that if you have the humility, it will change you as an individual. You will acquire skills, you will acquire relationships, you will be put in situations that make you realize you have more to grow. And so I love the growth and the continuous improvement, whether it's for the individual or the landscape, just watching the landscape continue to improve. I can't
agree more. You know, doing this work shows you the consequences of your conduct.
Yes.
And I mean, really, that ought to be on a t-shirt somewhere. So let me just kind of shift over, because I know a lot of people are probably thinking he's older than he is. How old are you?
28.
28. Now, he had to think about that. Folks, when I said wisdom beyond his years, this is why you don't send a kid off to college. Because honestly, this is what you get when you're out here at the School of Hard Knocks, which is exactly how you did it. I mean, I've been through essentially 3 apprenticeships myself, and listen to what he said. He started Polyface, Greg Judy. Now I guess at the latest place you're kind of running the operation, I'm guessing?
I'm in an employee position, but I have several things that are part of my responsibility. I'm basically grazing 200 head of stocker cattle, a small finishing herd and a small bull herd, and then whatever else the operation needs. I have a manager, which is a blessing.
Right.
They do give me some autonomy. My manager's a really great manager. He does not micromanage. He expects me to make decisions, and that's what I love most about him. But anyway, yeah.
I don't know how personal you want to get, but obviously I know there's a lot of parents out there that are watching this. Probably have. Are you single, or?
I'm single, yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you'll get all these. You'll get all these ladies signing up.
Okay.
So they can introduce their daughters to you now.
Oh, no.
So yeah, but this guy is as sharp as all get out, man. I mean, he was really a joy to have on the show before, and like I said, it's so cool to come in a. I'm going to call this to a certain extent a reunion.
Yeah.
Where do you see? You're doing what you're doing right now. You get a lot of life changes that are currently going on right now. Where do you see yourself in farming? Not now, but let's say 5 years from now.
Man, 5 years from now. Oof. I would hope 5 years from now I'm continuing to build relationships with people and continuing to improve my land stewardship skills, whether that's where I'm at or whether that is on an operation I start or another operation. I think the most important thing is who you are as a farmer, not so much what you have, because life is never about what you have, it's about what you make of it. And so being who you need to be, honoring God's creation, stewarding the land, and continuing to build relationships. I would hope in 5 years I know more, and I hope that keeps me humbler, Billy, because pride is the source of most of our problems as humans. And so when we can have the humility to learn and grow, it opens up doors for us for friendships and relationships that are healthy, good for us. So there's my answer. It's vague, but too many of my plans, I'll say this, too many of my specific plans I've made, God has changed, so I have to be open.
I intentionally didn't give him any crutches out here, y'all. He did the very kind courtesy of giving me a heads up about what he might ask, but I didn't do that for him because I wanted to see how awesome and lucid he is with no preparation whatsoever. Folks, you got to go check him out. I mean it. There's things, honestly, in some of your early videos before they, I wouldn't say they blacklisted you, but they made you nearly impossible to find, because I checked a little while ago. I thought about you and I was unsubscribed.
Oh shoot.
I was unsubscribed. I mean,
okay.
I was like, where did he go? And I told him I'd been thinking about him the other day. But folks, to a bigger point, first of all, go over there, check him out, go subscribe. I promise you, you're going to be glad you did. And number two, keep in mind that the powers that shouldn't be are playing games with the algorithms, and they don't want you to know that guys like him exist. They don't want you to think, they want you to think that the entire younger generation is just going out here playing video games and just zombies all day long. That's not the case, because it's him and also the young guy holding the camera here. Doesn't take a good eye to see that they got incredible futures in front of them. Where can everybody find you? And
yeah, Thinker Farmer is the name of the YouTube channel. So just type Thinker Farmer in, and you should be able to find it. Last I checked.
Well, if you miss it here, y'all, we're going to do a long form thing on the Pimpcast. So go over there, subscribe to the podcast. You know where it is. Go find it out, sign up, and be looking for him in the future, because as soon as we can make some, certain things happen, don't worry, he's going to be back on the show, and your mind's going to be blown. And until next time, this is Billy at Polyface Farm. And permaculture is my passion. See you next time.